Hello and welcome to Back Away from the Donkey Books. Any weird noises you hear in the background is going to be one of my dogs, probably making snorting noises. Just to warn you, it's not me, honestly. And as I said, this is Back Away from the Donkey Books, which I know is a bit of a mouthful, so for short, it's BAFT Books. And I'm here to just do my Booktube Newbie Tag, as many people have done before, and hopefully just give you a nice little introduction to me, you know, what goes on the channel. Probably will change over the months, but we will see how we go. So I'm going to start with the first question, which I have here on a tablet, which is, why did you start this channel? So it's a couple of things. I write a blog. It's just a personal blog that I just write about things that I love, and the whole emphasis on the blog is for me to escape from things and to write about all the things that I love. So it covers things from films to television to books to art to my dogs to walking. At one point it was covering running. I used to be a big runner, but over the past couple of years through COVID and that, I've put on a lot of weight, which is why this is partly out of my comfort zone. But anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, so after a tough couple of years of that, and I just wanted to continue with my blog, obviously, and I've always wondered about doing a YouTube channel, and it's totally out of my comfort zone, totally. But I thought, let's give it a go. But I decided that I wanted to sort of hone it down to a bit. So I thought I'd, you know, after much thinking, I thought I'd just pare it down and basically concentrate mainly on books, because I just think I love books. I read a lot of books, and it's a good thing to talk about. I don't have any issues with tons of editing and things like this, and I can just talk about books that I love. And I've had a look, you know, and I've been an avid watcher of Booktube and some of the channels for quite a while. So I thought it would be a great chance, and a great chance also to link it to things on my blog. You know, I could write articles on my blog and then link it to a video here and vice versa. So I just thought, yeah, and it really could help me, you know, just with get a little bit out of my comfort zone, and hopefully just be something positive, something really, really positive is what I want. So that is my main reasons I can do. I will probably think about something more in a couple of minutes, but that's what comes to my mind. So let's have a look at what question 2 is. What are some fun and unique things I can bring to Booktube? I don't know how unique I'm going to be, because, you know, what can a sort of 50-ish old, slightly large man bring to Booktube? But I'm hoping to bring my enthusiasm for what I love. And, you know, I look around Booktube, and as much as it's great, I'm hoping to fill a niche of books that aren't incredibly popular or known now. I'm a big science fiction fan, so there will be a lot of science fiction, but it won't be all science fiction. There will be other things on there as well, but I'm a big science fiction fan, and science fiction has a habit of, I think Steve Donahue on his channel put it well, of eating its young. Basically, a lot of the older books go out of print, except other than the big ones, very quickly, and a lot of these get forgotten about. And I'm a huge fan of science fiction from the golden age up through the new wave, up to modern day, and I'm hoping that I can bring a perspective and to introduce people to books that I love that they may have never heard of, and just do some discussions about that. That's my initial ideas. And also I can bring you the sound of a snorting Labrador on my videos, which you might have to get used to. And just to see if I wrote anything else in my notes about that. Yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, the other unique thing I think I can probably bring is, you know, linking it to my blog, some written text with it as well. You know, have something different to bring to it that way. So what am I excited about? Whether I'm excited or terrified about this is two things, but I am excited about basically hopefully getting into a little bit of a flow of enjoying it. You know, because at the moment I'm sat here and I'm just terrified, which may sound weird to long-term booktubers, but it is, for me, this is incredibly hard. So I'm hoping I'm excited to get sort of into a little bit of a groove. I'm excited to link to my blog. I'm excited to talk about things that I love. That's one of the main things. So, question 4. Why do I love reading? Well, as much as I adore film, film is a great medium. Reading's always been there in my life. One of my first memories of reading was with my grandmother, and I must have been about 4 years old, and she used to go to the chiropodist, and she used to go to me, what would you like, sweets or a book? And I used to always go for the book and read the little books and things like that. So reading's always been a big part of my life. So I've always read. I find the escape I can get in a book far more immersive than a film, as immersive as film as a medium can be. So, that's one of the main things. And then it's just the fact that it introduces me to new things and new ideas and just all the, the stuff that everybody knows about books. And it's just fun to do, I find it. So I think that's pretty good covers of that one. What book series got me into reading? As I mentioned about my grandmother earlier. The other thing I have a memory of is in our primary school library, there was a set of books in there called Dragonfall 5 by Brian Earnshaw, which was about this space-going family who were, very ancient because they flew their spaceship everywhere and didn't use teleporting like everybody else. And they had a dog that used to fly with big ears. Who doesn't like a dog with big ears that flies? And there's about 5 or 6 books, there could be more in the set, and I remember reading those, and that's like one of my earliest memories of reading. And it's a book that probably got me excited about reading because I was really enjoying it at the time. I also have memories of, as much as I've always read, we had a English teacher who basically read us The Hobbit, and then later on he read the whole of Lord of the Rings to us in class. That was one of his things. And things like that have always, got me and interested me. I've just got to go and rub a Labrador nose. Hello. Yes, I know. You go and settle, girl. You go and settle. You go and settle. Now, what questions would I ask my favourite booktubers? Well, I would ask Michael K. Vaughan if he's got a butler, and is that butler called Jeeves? That's one good question. I'm not really sure what other ones I'd ask them. I've got no specific questions that come to me. The other growling you hear is my little Yorkie, who is growling at me for not picking him up. But it's going to have to stay like that while I finish the questions. The next question is, where do I read? Yeah, the other question is, where do I read? I read in several places. My favourite places is sitting in the lounge on the sofa with one of my dogs curled up by me, and I would just sit there. It's a really comfortable place to read. I read at bed late at night. If I'm out and about, I could take a book and I could read there. But, my main place is probably in the lounge on the sofa, followed by late at night in bed. So what does my book collection look like? My book collection, as you can see, is, I'm in front of these sort of cliche bookshelves for a booktuber. I've got all 2 shelves behind me there. Over there, I've got a book which got some biographies and some travel books. Over there, I've got a load of art books and a few other books. I've got some in the other room. I've got in a cupboard and stuff. I've got boxes of books, and I've probably got boxes of comics as well. So yes, they're sort of everywhere. So yeah, but yeah, I'd say the majority of my books is a lot of science fiction, quite a bit of fantasy. There's some Penguin and Oxford classics, which you've probably got some behind me on the shelf there. I said some art books. I sort of read things that basically just take my interest. So just sort of round up. And that is the last question. My whole point of this is I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible, and because I don't want to spend lots of time editing. I can edit, and there's things I could do, but I don't want to because I haven't physically got the time, and I really haven't got the inclination. I think in this one there might be one cut that I might have to, when one of my dogs got a bit too noisy and I had to restart something. But yeah, I hope you look forward to what I'm going to do, and I hope somebody watches it. I said I've got this newbie tag. This will be followed by a video the following day, which is basically what I've been reading up to this point, just to give you sort of an idea of what's going on. And then there's a science fiction book tag that I'm going to do following this. So anyway, that's me done for this one. I said I hope you stay around and watch some of my videos, and I hope I do okay and get through all this nervousness. And I will see you soon.